just gonna ignore that. That's why I'm still talking about it. She never understood all of this. And you know, throughout my life, she would ask me to explain all of this. And I tried my best to explain to her what this was all about. She never really got it. And on her deathbed, and this is a true story, on her deathbed she asked me for what would be the last time to explain my fascination with the macabre, my appreciation of goth culture, geek culture, horror, sci-fi, etc. And I thought, this is probably it. And so I looked at her and said, find my book, What is Goth? It's $16.95 at Barnes & Noble. I did not say that. So I looked at her and I thought, this is probably my last chance. And I think I talked for 2 hours. I said, you know, on a superficial level, you could say that, you know, goth is sort of an appreciation of, you know, elegance, sort of maybe dark elegance, but elegance nonetheless. You know, 100 years ago, all men wore hats, top hats and bowlers, and women wore corsets and bustle skirts. Like, this is what a sophisticated, what you would call a respectable human being, this is how we would be dressed 100 years ago. But we don't do that anymore. We all wear blue jeans and t-shirts now, and everything's just gotten, we put less and less effort into everything. So maybe my appreciation for goth is just an appreciation of the pageantry and elegance of the past. On a more intellectual level, you could say perhaps that goth is an appreciation that humans are whole. You know, we all want to be happy all of the time. You know, in our if you go to school and you come back and you tell your parents you had a sad day at school or you feel badly about something that went on that would be considered probably normal. And your parents are like instantly, you know, send you to a psychiatrist and 2 seconds later you're on, you know, psychotropic drugs. And then 2 years later you're off with some kill a bunch of motherfuckers. And then it's a question of listening to Bauhaus. So, you know, I try to explain that goth is sort of an appreciation of the wholeness of humans. You know, like we are all good and bad, and we're happy and we are sad. And it's sort of an appreciation of the fact that, you know, we have all of these things within us. And she just kind of looked at me, and she said, "Es una mano mierda," which is Spanish for, I see where you're going with this, but I don't totally connect with you intellectually. More or less. And then she passed away. And we all want in a story like this for there to be a happy ending. But there really wasn't one. But as an artist, I reserve the right to give myself the closure I'm looking for at all times. So, what I took away from that experience was a desire to sort of, you know, answer that issue for myself. So I wrote this song for my grandmother, and while it may not be like a lot of the other material that I perform, I hope you will appease me for the next 3 minutes that I may be able to sing this for. My perennial had on her deathbed, she turned and said to me, "Why must you view life so morbidly? I tried to teach you right, but somewhere I went wrong, 'cause you sing those devil, evil songs." Those are her exact words. When 6 pallbearers put her down and laid her body in the ground, my eyes were wet, my face was very long. The pastor said, "Son, here you are. Won't you please take this guitar? Sing dear departed Granny one last song." And I sang songs. How man, that's just how I get along. The world is full of tragedy, so how can it be wrong? Singing devil, evil songs. Couldn't you have said something that wasn't a fucking tongue twister? Well, I was shopping at a Hot Topic, and I was walking out the store, Two dope jocks came up to me, they said, "Hey fag, it ain't Halloween." And they kicked my lipstick to the floor. They said, "Damn, damn, damn, little songs. Now that's just how I get along. The world is full of idiots, so how can it be wrong? Singing little songs." Well, I went down to church on Sunday. I sat up front in a pew. The priest said, "Jesus and Mary too, son, what the devil's got into you?" And I'm gonna sing a hymn or two. That nice thing. Now that's just how I get along. The world's full of hypocrisy, so how can it be wrong? Singing little songs. I was invited to the White House. The president pulled me aside. He said, "Son, sing us a song of peace for those evildoers in the Middle East." I rolled my eyes and kicked the smile. I sang, that's just how I get along. The world is full of devils, so how can it be wrong? Well, when I died and went to hell, I could tell right away by the awful smell that this was clearly not the pearly gate. I'm present, this was New Jersey. The devil said, "Come here, young man. My wife and I are your biggest fans." So naturally I felt I had it made. Well, then he reached into an iron chest, and he picked the tool that he felt was best. And then he jabbed me each claw with a pitchfork that had sharpened prongs. He turned to me and went and sang this song. He sang, songs. Yeah, I know that's how you got along. I find your song hilarious, but now your soul's precarious. Singing your songs. I'm just kidding, dude. Welcome to hell. Enjoy the buffet. Hell, man, that's just how we get along. The world is full of sinners, so how can it be wrong? Singing that.